Hi, Scorpio rising sign. It is your weekly forecast starting on the 9th of March until the 15th of March. So this is actually quite a high stake risk and reputation related week or audit for you. Mars is the traditional ruler of your chart, and the modern ruler is Pluto, of course. But these current alignments in water signs, basically activating your fifth house and your ninth house, and those are often connected to risk taking. Now, with Jupiter going direct in your ninth house, that ceiling on your long-term expansions is kind of like finally reaching or breaking, and then you can reach bigger heights. But some type of a blockage that might get kind of like cleared for you. For the last 4 months, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and higher wisdom, has been retrograding in your ninth house. Maybe making your big picture plans feel stalled a little bit. Maybe you had major delays regarding travel, legal cases, publishing, higher education. But March 11th, we have got Jupiter stopping that retrogression. So the king of the planets, in its own kingdom as well, it starts moving forward, meaning that maybe a piece of knowledge is coming to you, that great unknown, or going towards the unknown, because Jupiter in the ninth house is like, the archer, and then we are moving towards something we are not sure where to, but we start believing in ourselves. And that very heavy fifth house that Jupiter rules, it's about risk taking as well. So I'm moving towards my vision. There is this tailwind behind you and pushing you to move forward. So, but we start the week with Mercury retrograde meeting Pallas Athene in your fifth house, the house of romance and creativity, children, but also calculated risks as well. So you can start spotting the pattern in how you look after yourself when it comes to joy or your creative energy, and maybe you see why a certain passion project or investment didn't get the return you expected earlier this year. And then you can really use the Pallas Athene to troubleshoot this creative project. This is still not necessarily a day or a period when we need to be launching something like our brand, but it can be a day to fix the flows in our strategies. And then you can start seeing the solution that everyone else around you might be missing. Maybe you see your children's or your romantic partner's life better than actually they do. Let's just wait a little bit until Mercury goes direct. Now, Jupiter is going direct though, and Jupiter going direct is a green light. So, this is about you shifting your perspective. Maybe there was mental stagnation happening in your life, feeling trapped by local circumstances, or being blocked from sharing your expertise with others, your knowledge with others. And it looks like that momentum is going to start returning. Maybe your travel visa gets approved, a legal document gets a stamp, a publishing contract that was on ice, suddenly gets the go signal. A mentor reaches out with an opportunity for you, or the travel plans that has been postponed and stuff like that. Obviously, it comes back as an opportunity. This is though asking you to step into a role as an expert. So if you have been wanting to publish something or launching a teaching platform and so forth, or you wanted to study something, then the universe is actually now ready for you. We also have got a Mars and North Node conjunction happening in your fifth house, and Mars is the traditional ruler of your chart. So this is a fated creative risk. It's a fated romance. You can have this intuitive urge to take a risk in your life. Northern is trying to pull you towards something potentially not so logical, but it's your destiny to be on that path. You might even feel this kind of sharp impulse to start a creative project, to work on a baby project, or a person that is kind of like meant for you. Maybe this person is only meant for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years, but we have got something to learn from them. And you should be trusting your intuition. It wants you to be brave. It is kind of like wanting to wedge open a kind of creative door, and the fifth house wants to jump and it wants to leap. Maybe it's time to actually get a deeper connection as well, or to learn to be more vulnerable. But also, it might be asking you to show your strength to others as well. Ceres entering your seventh house this week also. And this could talk to you about that you want to be restoring potentially the security within a one-to-one relationships. Let it be romantic or business partnership. Somehow you're moving from self-reliance to shared responsibilities or shared stability. Maybe, it's about the stability of the partnership and how we can ground it, how we can secure this relationship. Ceres in Taurus wants us to build something physical and long lasting. So that is connected, of course, to your intimate connections right now. Like how to establish, what you believe in, what I believe in, because Taurus is also about shared values as well in the seventh house. So what it feels like is that you are coming up with a master plan overall. You're going to be looking at your risk management, your risk strategy. Maybe you have to be finding the hidden creative flows in it, but it's time to launch a vision of yourself. Once we have fixed up the plan, of course, your intuition could be your greatest ally right now. Or are you limiting your vision? Or you know that your vision is actually can be limitless. Um, I would say that this is somehow kind of like unclogging you, unblocking you. And therefore you can start expanding and even you can become this, expert in your own field as well. And maybe you take a risk, you kind of feel like that you are taking a gamble on that. But your intuition is going to give you the right piece of information, and then it's time to turn that into execution, basically. Now, you might have got stalled legalities going on, we can actually resolve those. Maybe you decide to kind of take a risk there as well, and then I'm going to be potentially not necessarily lying, but kind of manipulating the situation into my own favor. Maybe you are ready to launch your brand because the fifth house is something to do with the brand, and then you want to be launching that to a foreign market. So I can even imagine such stuff. I think it's about being bold, being able to be vulnerable, and definitely going towards your dream. This could be one of your luckiest week, actually, Scorpio. So good luck, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.